Amazing news! At Titans Debate League is now looking for interns. We are expanding our team and seeking driven individuals who are ready to make an impact. We're on the hunt for talented people to join our marketing team, a charismatic new host, and creative minds who can produce amazing content. If you have a positive attitude and are used to winning, because that's what we do here, then we want to hear from you. Join us and contribute to a culture of excellence and success here at Titans Debate League. Email us today, titansdebateleague@gmail.com. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Where Infinity Gauntlet is a mere toy compared to the intellectual prowess build and destroy the cipher. Intellectual sword to slice you, or whatever device you recommend. Surgical precise pen, hand get heated, the room will spin. If man get treated, them goons gon' spin. Level heads with feet, paradigm the box you in. Got a pair of red dimes in the box you in. Don't matter paradigm, paradigms, your clock won't spin. Hear the sounds of the trumpets, start the rounds in the gauntlet. Get down or lay down when we're stopping. It's the clash of the Tigers. Hear the sounds of the trumpets, start the rounds in the gauntlet. Get down or lay down when we storming. It's the clash of the Titans. Hear the sounds of the trumpets, start the rounds in the gauntlet. Get down or lay down when we storming. It's the clash of the Titans. It's the clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans 1.0. The finals are here. It all comes down to this. Out of 16 debaters, only 2 remain standing. Some fell because they couldn't defend their arguments. Some crashed out because their antics outweighed their intellect. Others simply weren't built for the pressure of the arena. But now, the smoke is cleared. The finals face off. Pandemis the African atheist versus Suave Boss. Before the final war of words, they meet face to face to choose the topic that will define the championship debate. $500 on the line. One winner, one name etched in Clash of the Titans history. Who has the sharper mind? Who can survive the pressure? Who will rise when the lights are brightest? This is bigger than debate. This is legacy. And for everyone who lost along the way, your chance at redemption comes when Tournament 1.2 launches. But right now, this moment belongs to the finalists. Clash of the Titans 1.0, the face-off, Saturday, May 23rd, prime time. Be there to witness history. Are you not entertained?
Like this on them. They ain't getting it like this on them. Yeah. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. No, I'ma grind till I can grind no more. I'ma shine until I blind your glow. Gotta grind until you out that hole. You can die from being down so low just to cleanse your soul. You forgive and let go. Gotta dress warm in the world so cold. Gotta keep your eyes on your friends and your foes. Gotta stack bread till that shit don't fold. Cause on Tuesday, hard work, no play. I'ma bulldoze everything in my way. Cause on Wednesday, spending time with my babe. Cause ain't no getting in the way of hump day. And Thursday, I'm working, my pockets ain't hurting. Friday, I'm fly, my co-workers be flirting. Saturday, that's when I'm flexing my muscle. Sunday, I'm thanking my God for my hustle. Cause they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday, no. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday, no. Work until I turn to a boss. Gotta stunt until it turn to a floss. Gotta learn from every time that I lost. So that little note you got, you about to pay it off. Now they hating now, cause you made it now. Took a long time, you was patient now. work hard for it, when no handouts. Like some braces when they done, pull them bands out. Remember on a Tuesday, all work, no play. I'ma bust a doubles for them haters that was fed. Cause on Wednesday, spending time with my big cuz. Ain't no getting in the way of hump day. And Thursday I'm working, my pockets ain't hurting. Friday I'm fly, my coworkers be flirting. Saturday that when I'm flexing my muscle. Sunday I'm thanking my God for my hustle. Cause they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. No, they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. They ain't getting it like this, they ain't getting it like this. They ain't getting it like this on a Monday. No, Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I know they gon' hate, I'm letting that go. Cause one thing I know, they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I know they gon' hate, I'm letting that go. Cause one thing I know, they ain't getting it like this on a Monday.
Yo, I hope my mic working. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out Titans Debate League. Y'all know what it is. It's Monday again, and they ain't getting it like this on a Monday. Of course, you know what it is. This is Know the Ledge. And so, let's see if I can get y'all some nice music. I'm Jermaine Nugent, and this is Know the Ledge. Because to get to the knowledge, we have to get to know the ledge. Know the Ledge is a show I created to explore philosophy through the biggest questions human beings have ever asked, the strongest arguments that have tried the argument, and the views and debates that continue to shape it. This show is for people who are curious to know about reality, interested in philosophy, and seriously ask not just what people believe, but what they believe and how those ideals form. Here, we look at what major arguments begin, what they explain, and where they start to break down, where deeper thinking has to take over. This isn't about repeating borrowed opinions. It's about understanding views and learning how to think through them with clarity. And tonight, we take up one of the oldest and deepest questions in all of philosophy and modern physics. Is time real, or is it only a construct of the mind? Now, this question matters because time seems obvious until you try to explain it. We live through change, we measure time, we feel its pressure. We remember the past, we anticipate the future, and we live as though the present is moving. But philosophy and physics both complicate that picture. So tonight I want to do four things. First, I want to show why human beings started asking this question. Second, I want to trace the historical roots of the problem. Third, I want to explain the major positions in the debate. And then finally, I want to show why onlyism enters the conversation by asking a deeper question. So let's begin where this question begins for all of us. Why does this question exist at all? It exists because human life is saturated with change. We grow
is one inescapable forward to the modern. There is walking through space. We track rotating gears, swinging pendulum. There is one inescapable condition to being human. We experience reality as a continuous sequence of change, unfolding around us in an ordered flow of events. Our entire lives are built around this sequence. We structure our days anticipating tomorrow, and we ground our identities in the memories we accumulate from the past. Every thought we have relies on a relentless march forward. Yet, despite time being the most immediate and intimate reality we face, it remains humanity's most notoriously difficult concept to clearly define. This diagram shows a minimalist clock face. We naturally assume clocks measure time itself, but as the face dissolves, we see a clock is just localized matter moving through space. We track rotating gears, swinging pendulums, or vibrating crystals, but we never observe time directly. This disconnect between human feeling and physical evidence forces a profound question. Is time a fundamental physical law of the universe, or is it a psychological interface created by our minds to make sense of the world? Long before modern physics, ancient Greek philosophers recognized this tension between what we feel and how reality actually operates. Heraclius argued that the universe is defined entirely by constant flux. He claimed you could never step into the same river twice, a view that matches our intuitive human experience of passing time. Parmenides saw a logical trap. He argued that if something changes, it means something comes from nothing, which is mathematically impossible. For him, true reality had to be perfectly unchanging, meaning our sensation of sequence and aging had to be a cosmic illusion. This marble bust shows Aristotle, who attempted to bridge this divide by introducing the requirement of structure. He proposed that objects maintain a stable identity, even as they undergo structured processes of change. Centuries later, we see this portrait of St. Augustine, who shifted the focus entirely inward. He theorized that time does not exist in the physical world at all. Instead, time is the human mind measuring its own memories of the past and its expectations for the future. These ancient thinkers locked in the boundaries of a debate that still traps us today. Time is either an external mechanical force operating in the background or an internal trick of consciousness. Fast forward to the modern era, and that ancient Greek debate maps onto the two dominant contemporary frameworks for understanding time. This diagram illustrates what philosophers call A-theory, or presentism. This is the model defending human intuition. It argues that temporal passage is real, the future is unwritten, and only the glowing central node, the present moment, genuinely exists. On the other side is B-theory, or eternalism. This model treats time merely as a structural relation, asserting that the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously in a frozen geometric state. In the early 20th century, the philosopher J.M.E. McTaggart introduced a logical challenge that threatened to tear down the A-theory model. He offered a proof demonstrating that a moving present is inherently contradictory. McTaggart's trap works like this. An event cannot logically hold the properties of future, present, and past at the same time, because any single event must eventually occupy all three of those mutually exclusive states. The logic of time flowing collapses. This photograph shows Albert Einstein, whose work on relativity proved that the sensation of a universal now is physically impossible. Relativity demonstrated that time passes differently depending on your speed and gravitational field. Because observers in different reference frames will disagree on the chronological order of events, there is no single shared moment across the cosmos. Since there is no universal now, the physics forces us to view existence not as a flowing river, but as a static, pre-existing structural block of spacetime. Cold logic and modern astrophysics have teamed up to dismantle the present moment. Our daily lived experience of time is left completely alienated from the physical mechanics of reality. Because of these relativistic equations and logical paradoxes, the static block universe of B-theory commands major support across the current academic landscape. Yet A-theory survives. Conscious human experience, the consistent feeling of sequence, update, and action, is a persistent observation that physical models struggle to explain away. This millennia-old debate remains entirely open. In fact, modern science has deepened the mystery rather than solving it. Deadlocks like this often indicate that the initial question we are asking is flawed. Any intelligible claim about reality requires two conditions to function. It needs a what, a stable structure or identity, and it needs a when, an ordered sequence that allows relations to occur. Without structure, there is no distinction. Without sequence, there is no process. This visualization shows the inevitable outcome of those two requirements. Nature provides the stable form, while time provides the ordered update. Reality emerges when structure and sequence are present together, creating a system that maintains identity while transitioning through an ongoing state of formation.
Clash of the Titans 1.0. The finals are here. It all comes down to this. Out of 16 debaters, only 2 remain standing. Some fell because they couldn't defend their arguments. Some crashed out because their antics outweighed their intellect. Others simply weren't built for the pressure of the arena. But now, the smoke is cleared. The finals face off. Pandemis, the African atheist versus Suave Boss. Before the final war of words, they meet face to face to choose the topic that will define the championship debate. $500 on the line. One winner, one name etched in Clash of the Titans history. Who has the sharper mind? Who can survive the pressure? Who will rise when the lights are brightest? This is bigger than debate. This is legacy. And for everyone who lost along the way, your chance at redemption comes when Tournament 1.2 launches. But right now, this moment belongs to the finalists. Clash of the Titans 1.0, the face-off. Saturday, May 23rd, prime time. Be there to witness history. Are you not entertained? What happens when a Christian preacher's son starts asking questions nobody wants answered? What if faith and science were never meant to be enemies? This isn't another religious book, and it's not an angry attack on belief. This is a wake-up call. The Agnostic Guide to Faith, Science, and Sanity by A1 Richardson takes readers on a powerful journey through scripture, psychology, science, energy, vibration, cause and effect, and the universal laws shaping everyday life. Why do people sabotage themselves then blame God? Why do we ignore patterns then act shocked by consequences? Why are so many trapped doing what we call crazy work? This book challenges everything you thought you knew about spirituality, reality, and yourself. No fake certainty, no shallow church cliches, no blind obedience, just raw honesty, deep reflection, and practical wisdom for people caught between the pulpit, the laboratory, and real life. Whether you're deconstructing your faith, spiritually conscious, tired of empty answers, or searching for sanity in a chaotic world, this book was written for you. Read it with an open mind, read it with courage, read it before life forces you to learn the hard way. The Agnostic Guide to Faith, Science, and Sanity. Available now on Amazon or independently at ColiseumofArguments.com. Stop doing crazy work and wake up to the patterns shaping your life.
Yo. Can you hear me? Oh, man. We ain't got no sound. Jay.
What up? What up?
Oh, I see. I'm just now looking at the chat. Oh, y'all couldn't hear me talking?
I can hear you. I'm trying to order some fucking clothes and shoes online. So
Oh, okay. No, I mean during the
yeah, so I'm busy right now. So go ahead.
during the show, could y'all hear me though? I think so. Yeah, we got some people in there. If anybody want to come up and talk about it, is time real or is it only a construct of the mind? Let's talk about it. I had a nice little show, Know the Ledge. I don't know if y'all caught it. I believe I put the StreamYard link is in the description, and we can come up and talk about the presentation if anybody want to talk about it. Get some music playing maybe then. See what we got for y'all, man. That was a lot of sword sharpening. Even though every time I come in here, I usually have my lightsabers. So they say I be cheating with my philosophies, but shit, we here to get it, man. Let me see.
In the arena of ideas, words are weapons. Confidence is your armor, and every Titan needs their gear. From the Titans Debate League comes a movement born from energy, faith, and power. Custom debater tees, spiritual wear, and PVO gear guaranteed to uplift your spirit and elevate your mindset. This isn't just fashion, it's identity, it's purpose, it's power. Join the movement, step into the arena. Shop now at ColiseumOfArguments.com and wear what Titans believe in.
What up? What up? It's Jermaine Nugent. We're here at Titans Debate League. Shout out A1. Shout out TDL's Titan Debate League. All the Titans. Shout out Oli. Shout out Sadiq. Shout out Jay Snake and everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm gonna leave the panel open for a little bit if y'all want to come up and speak to me about the topic. Is time real, or is time only a construct of the mind? Tonight we talked about that argument, where it came from, and just different auditing of the arguments that people have put forward in the past. I got Jay Snake up here with me. He's shopping for me He's shopping, not for me. He's shopping right now. What up, Ben? I don't know if y'all can see the StreamYard in there.
I'm done. So I'm, I'm ready. I'm done.
Yeah. So what you think about time? Is time real in your eyes, in your perspective? Do you think time is real, or is it only a construct of the mind?
Construct of the mind, because let me put it like this. We go off time because 24 hours in a day, blah, 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 night and day, right?
Right.
But it's bigger than us. There's other planets, universe, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? That time it won't be the same if you're somewhere else. You feel me? Time only makes sense because of how the world revolves around the sun and how the sun revolutes around the universe. You know what I'm saying? That's what our concept of time is based on. The moment humans, you know what I'm saying, step their game up and start exploring the universe, time is not going to be the same. You feel me? But a lot of people ain't going to feel that because they don't understand it.
So, so are you saying that the measurements of time are what we've discovered? And what is that we're measuring? I know we're measuring events. Me and you had to talk about this before, and we said we're measuring the events and the things that's happening in the events.
It's an illusion that makes sense to us. You know what I mean? Because it makes sense to us because of day and night and shit like that. But if you go above that, time doesn't exist because, nigga, you go outside of our sun and outside of our moon. How do you calculate time?
You would find different bodies within a place, and just measure that event, just like they discovered how to measure motion of the sun and the moon. And I think it'll always be whatever you're relative to.
Exactly. I agree with that. Time is relative. You feel me?
Yeah, and
It's
not
only
just my bad. Go ahead, John.
it's only relative to what makes sense to you.
Right now, that experience that we're all experiencing at the same time, whether I'm experiencing it like you, does that still skip the deeper fact that that passage of that moment and that event and the things I can be relative to, that time is passing, the ordering, update, and change within existence?
I don't really understand what you're gonna have to elaborate.
Bet, like you said, if we go outside our sun and moon, where would we? How would we tell time? And then we agreed that it would be relative to other bodies or other things that we can tell time to. So, with that being said, if I'm on Earth and you out there, and I'm telling Earth by our sun's time, and you're or by our sun's movement, and you're telling time by, let's say, the sun, another sun, wherever you may be, is time, even though it's not happening, you're not experiencing it the same way I am, are we not still both experiencing the passage of moments and change in existence?
We experience it relative to how we experience it.
Right. So if we both experiencing it, then even though you're experiencing it different, it doesn't matter. Like, you can be somewhere where it seems to be going slow, and I can be right here, right now, and still the moment is passing for both of us in a bigger picture, like you was talking about.
Right. If you just sitting at home and not doing nothing, and I take a trip to Kansas City or take a trip to Texas, you feel me? Time moves different for me than it does for you.
Right. I agree, and that's all. I think that's in the totality of existence, and that's why I say that time is ordered update, because in my observations and my findings, I can't skip the fact that it doesn't matter what I'm relative to and what I'm using as a reference point for telling the sequencing and the changing of time, or the changing of the events and the unfolding of things within existence. That's another aspect of time that I think people miss out on, and that's what makes them come to the conclusion that time is created by us or discovered by us, which I believe that we found the mechanism, and we've only barely touched the totality of what time is, or the temporality of existence, if that makes sense.
Because if you go, if you look up, if you look up the astronauts, right? The astronauts that are on the space station, time does not move the same way as it does to the same people that are on Earth. Look it up. I mean,
No, I agree.
it's mind boggling. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have the mental aptitude to even digest it, but
Yeah,
motherfuckers are orbiting the planet right now on space stations and shit. And time, yeah, look it up. It's interesting.
yeah, I agree with you too. Let me see if I can't find something we can pull up to look at, because I agree with you there. I guess what I'm trying to point out is that even though they're experiencing time different, their perspective of time, we're both still experiencing time.
Right.
Yeah,
Gravity affects time. It's a known fact. Gravity affects time, so does speed. You feel me? If I'm on a plane and I go over to Dubai and shit, you feel me? I'm jumping time zones. Time is not gonna be the same as a nigga just sitting in Detroit on his ass. You feel me?
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's what I agree with. It's just that even though it's still the moment passing, however, no matter the reference of the time that we're telling or the time we're experiencing, time is passing for me, just not in the same way, not in the same perception as you're experiencing it, but yet and still it's still passing for me at the same exact time that it's passing for you, regardless of your perspective or your relativity and experience of the movement. So yeah, thank you for that, Jay Snake. Let me see. Just look up relativity and time. Anybody else out there want to come up? I see it's 7 of y'all in here. Anybody in the comments? Sunning says time equals emit. Let me put it up, matter of fact. Time equals emit equals light. Let there be light gave existence to matter. Okay. Yeah, I wish you could come up and explain that a little bit better to us. That seemed like a nice, interesting perspective on things. Don't seem like nobody coming up next week. We having are mathematical laws discovered, or are they created by consciousness?
Yeah, where's Cosmo and Cal at? Where's Big Tooth? Always has his 3 cents to throw in that never adds up to $1. King J at? Where y'all at now? You know what I mean? Where y'all at?
Jay Cosmo, we love talking to y'all. That's good conversation. Jay Snake love to conversate with y'all. Y'all come on up. Anybody in the chat, come up. As I was saying, next week, episode 3 is going to be, are mathematical laws discovered, or are they created by consciousness? You want to speak on that a little bit before we get back to the topic at hand?
What was it?
Are mathematical laws discovered, or are they created by consciousness?
Yeah, we could spend all day talking on that shit.
I know that's for next week. I just wanted you to hear your quick perspective on that. That's a good one for next week. That's why I put that.
Mathematics is one of the only true languages in the universe. Like if we happen to after all this is said and done, if we happen to ever bump into like a extraterrestrial or another being that's not of this earth, you know what I'm saying? The thing that's going to be blocking us from communicating would be languages. You feel me? How can we communicate with each other? But math is never wrong. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Math is absolute. If what I'm getting at is numbers don't lie. You feel me? Math is the only truth in the universe. You feel me? You can talk all day and lie all day about this, and that. But if your math don't add up, nigga, you ain't saying nothing.
Right. And I agree with you there. That math, even if math exists, you can go anywhere and find.
It's the only true language that any, you know what I mean? Math is the only thing that other species, other minds can agree on, because you can't fake math. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And that's next week. That was just a quick look for next week. Right now, we talking about is time real, or is time only a construct of the mind? And I know we got a lot of minds out there. We put forward, I put forward some of the arguments in modern day science, some of the people from the past and what they looked up: Plato, Aristotle, Heraclitus, Parmenides. And it seems that the argument just continues. And that's one of the good things about philosophy. You can have a perspective and agree on some things, disagree on others. And when you disagree, you just have a nice, peaceful discord, or whatever kind of discord you may have. Because I know my man Jay Snake has a different discord. But when you get down to giving that information, my man got a lot of good information. So I want to thank you for stopping in tonight, stopping in like you always do. I wish is King Jay Cosmine in the chat in the building. Jay Snake say he like to hear y'all incoherence. So come on up. This is the topic, but if we change topics, of course, we can always change topic on Titan Debate League, especially on Know the Ledge, because we just changed the tree limb and find out the ledge of the new tree limb we on. Is time real, or is time only a construct? And I'll give y'all some time to come up, and again, I got to play and give shout out to our sponsors. And this is something for y'all to look forward to. It's coming quick.
Clash of the Titans 1.0. The finals are here. It all comes down to this. Out of 16 debaters, only 2 remain standing. Some fell because they couldn't defend their arguments. Some crashed out because their antics outweighed their intellect. Others simply weren't built for the pressure of the arena. But now, the smoke is cleared. The finals face off. Pandemus the African atheist versus Suave Boss. Before the final war of words, they meet face to face to choose the topic that will define the championship debate. $500 on the line. One winner, one name etched in Clash of the Titans history. Who has the sharper mind? Who can survive the pressure? Who will rise when the lights are brightest? This is bigger than debate. This is legacy. And for everyone who lost along the way, your chance at redemption comes when Tournament 1.2 launches. But right now, this moment belongs to the finalists. Clash of the Titans 1.0, the face-off, Saturday, May 23rd, prime time. Be there to witness history. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, man. Suave Boss, Pan, the man, what he call himself right now, Pan Helsing. Shout out Pan, shout out Suave Boss. Great debate, end of a tournament 1.0 from Titans Debate League. It was some nice debates going on. I might play some of those debates that led up to that after this show, if don't nobody want to come up and speak. But right now we finishing or speaking about episode 2 of Know the Ledge series. Is time real, or is time only a construct of the mind? If anybody want to come up, speak on it. If anybody want to come talk about anything else, come on up. If King J or Cosmine, Cal, and probably Prince Cosmine too, and Jay Snake say, come up and have a Discord with him. He said he like to hear y'all incoherence. So come on up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's Titans Debate League. Shout out A1, shout out the Titans. It's me, Jermaine Nugent, aka Oli. Only logical explanation for existence. And we got a comment in the chat. Old account 3919 says to Son and you, Nisa. Fact, this is why I say God is time itself. It's an illusion. Oh, that's wonderful. Time is God, nature is goddess. I heard that before too, some places. We're going to get into quantum onlyism later, but right now, we on Know the Ledge series. Do anybody know the ledge? Is time real, or is time only a construct of the mind itself? It's a nice topic, nice something to discourse about. They've been discoursing about it for years. As I stated earlier, there's different sites, different sides, A theory, B theory. We have people like J.M.E. McTaggart, Carlo Rovelli. They all have different aspects of time, and that's one thing that we have to deal with still today. That question boggles the mind of the intellectual, boggles the mind of scholars, theologists, philosophers, and physicists alike. Time is a big thing within existence, and whether it exists physically is one of the question. And that question matters because time seems obvious until you try to explain it, and it always have. We live through change. We measure time. We feel its pressure. We remember the past. We anticipate things from the future and things of the future. And we live through the present as an event, the ongoing event of existence. And so there's different ways to look at time. Jay Snake said, look up time dilation, singularities, and how it warps time. So we see time even warps with other singularities within existence. So time is a real big construct. And like we said, when you try to explain it, we still finding out different information about the totality of temporal existence. Time warping, time bending, relative time, space time, clock time, time measured in distance, time measured in speed, time. One part of existence that still baffles us all. So if anybody want to come up, come on up and talk about it, man. Stream went good. I had a few views, a few people in the chat watching. Thank y'all for coming out to the ledge with me so we can look over and see what we working with. Because to get to the knowledge, you have to get to know the ledge of what you're talking about. So if anybody'd like to come up while me and Jay Snake here, Jay Snake, you want to elaborate a little more? I like hearing your views.
I think I gave the chat enough, you know what I mean, food for fodder, you feel me? I gave people things to look up, so I'm not just up here bloviating and talking and, you know what I'm saying, and throwing my opinion out there and try to force it as facts. I gave people, you know what I'm saying, things to look up so that they can know what we're talking about or have a basis of the conversation, you know what I'm saying, where to go off of and things to research so it makes sense to them.
Got you. And he have put a lot of things in the chat that y'all can look for. Even we were speaking earlier. And that's one thing I can say though, Jay Snake, when you do speak, you never tell anybody that they have to believe your view or anything. You just give a nice view. We got Emmanuel up to the stage, my guy. What up, Emmanuel?
Peace. Yeah, I've been seeing some. Hey, I like sources, man. I can't argue with sources. So, you know, no matter what belief you have, it's always more knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, like when brothers drop sources, man, that's where the power at. That's where the knowledge at. So, Shout out to Brother Jay Snake for, dropping the reference. Shout out to you for always dropping the knowledge, man. You gotta know the ledge. That's the beginning. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely, I agree with you. And Jay Snake have been giving us some information to look up sources throughout my presentation. I gave y'all a few names y'all can look, a few readings y'all can look up. Let me go back and give y'all some more if y'all want to look for some good sources, because just like my man said, my man Emmanuel said, there's nothing like good sources so you can go read the information yourself. Although I come to this ledge that I've come to, your ledge might be different than the ledge that I come to. And so we must all use our perspective in an intelligible way to come up with intelligible answers, not just intelligible answers, because there are things that can be intelligible, but they also have to be coherent. They have to be able to answer the questions. And so tonight, we looked for why human beings started this question. We found out and we traced historical roots of the problem. We explained the major positions in the debate of today. And then finally, we showed where quantum onlyism entered the conversation about the question that I asked in my view. And so we know there's plenty of views, and I'm sure each and every one of us probably has the same, but maybe a bit different perspective. I find that a lot when I find true searchers of truth. I took the philosophical road on mine for the apparent reason of the entity of the devil, not because of God. And so I came up with my view. We have Heraclitus. He's a major figure from Greek, ancient Greek thinkers. Parmenides, he pushed in the opposite direction of Heraclitus. Heraclitus, he pushed for intuition that reality isn't static at its deepest level. Parmenides, he plants one of the deepest doubts in the whole tradition and asks, what if becoming is not as fundamental as it seems? What if, we see flowers growing, we see abiogenesis and morphogenesis and things unfolding within it. But he asked, what if those things, just because we see it becoming, aren't fundamental as it seems? He didn't answer the question. That was his ledge. And then Plato and Aristotle came in. They refined it. Aristotle had a book called Physics. And that's where he treated time as a number of motion with respect to before and after. And that's kind of tied into what I got. We got Augustine in his book, Confessions, especially book number 11 is the one that I like the most. That's where he asks what time is, and he admits it seems easy until you try to explain it. And that's where a lot of us find problems. I'm one of them too. I can explain the aspects, but it's hard to explain time because we're still just not finding all the things that time can do. We see that time bends around gravity, just like Jay Smith said. We see it's relative in different places. It seems to be moving faster. And all of these are perspectives of the one great thing. And measurements of time, including speed, miles per hour, kilometers per hour, distance, how far it is to get somewhere, 45 miles. You drive at 45 miles per hour. So that's the event that's being measured by time, and we're using time to measure that event. And that's kind of my perspective on it. Some of the names today that we need to look for in some of the splits are A theory and B theory. A theory says that temporal passage is real. It says that thing that we're experiencing and the thing that we're measuring is real. And that distinction is because of the difference between what we know as the past, the present, and the future. And then you have B theory, and B theory says time is fundamentally an ordered relation between events. I kind of adopt this also in onlyism because no matter the relation or the relativity of the objects that we use as what you call it, the relational aspect, that ordered relation between the events or the ordered update and unfolding of time is B theory. And so I kind of agree with that. But on this view, what they call the passage of time is not built into reality in the same metaphysical way. So that's where I differ from that. The world is temporally ordered, but it says it is not necessarily flowing, and I just don't agree with that. It's flowing not just forward, but in what they call linear aspect. We perceive it in a linear aspect, but time moves in different ways in different conditions, as Jay Snake said earlier. But yeah, that's A and B theory. We have presentism, which says only the present exists. The past doesn't exist anymore, even though we can fathom it and we can think about the past and we remember past events. It says that the past is gone. The present is the only moment that exists. The central dispute of this is becoming is built into reality itself. Is becoming built into reality itself, or is temporal passage the thing that I push more like a feature or a perspective? I think that the temporal passage is part of the built-in part of existence, along with nature, which nature is structure and identity and individuality of things. And we have people like J.M.E. McTaggart, who is a British philosopher associated with British idealism. We have people like Carlo Rovelli. And Rovelli, he's an Italian theoretical physicist, and he associated with relational approaches in modern physics. And that's like Jay Snake was talking about earlier, relation to things when we're trying to explain time is always going to be a big topic that we have to talk about. Rovelli has a book called The Order of Time. It was published in English in 2018. We have 2020 field paper surveys that you can look at. We have D.H. Mellor, who is a British philosopher from Cambridge. In 1981, I believe, he wrote a book called Real Time. And it's one of the major modern defenses of tenseless view of time. And so those are just some of the things you can look up academically, some of the people, and have different perspectives of time, because as I believe, this is going to be an argument that's ongoing, and it's been ongoing for a long time. I'm talking a lot. If anybody want to get in here, Jay, Emmanuel, or anybody in the chat, step up.
No. Like I say, man, I just be letting y'all rock out. I always be listening and learning when we going into the time, man, because you look at it from a perspective, I personally never looked at it from. So I'm always learning. Just sitting back, ears open, like you always say. You getting tired of talking, but if you notice, more and more people in your audience are catching on, and they letting you know that. So it's starting to make more sense. The more and more you talk about it, just force somebody to understand your perspective. It ain't even like you. It ain't even got to be an ideology or a belief necessarily. You know what I'm saying? It's an understanding a lot of times. So,
I'm getting a lot of feedback. I was wrapping up the speaking, bro.
Yeah, your mic was kind of breaking up a little bit, Emmanuel. I don't know if you was moving or not. I kind of heard what you said. And thank you again, because it's nothing better than knowing that somebody listening to you, even if they disagree. And I know a lot of people probably disagree or haven't actually gathered my perspective, but they trying, and I appreciate that too. But I know what you're talking about. So I want to thank you and Jay Snake for coming up and giving y'all perspectives, or just listening and letting me know that you understand it, because there's nothing like hearing other critiques, or not other critiques, I'll just say other perspectives of the same topic. I know you have your deep belief, and I commend you on that, the way that you stand sturdy in what you say and what you see, because when we do have perspective, these perspectives are for us alone, for us to be able to get through existence. So no matter if I do argue this or go and preach that, or anybody else has their view, you know what I'm saying? If it makes sense to you, then that's what you should stick with, especially if it prevents you from doing incoherent and illogical things when it comes to the well-being of yourself, along with your fellow man who exists with you. And so these views are important. At the same time, we need to use these views to make sure that we're trying to better ourselves. And that's all I'm pushing for. This view of mind quantum onlyism might only be for me, but it's a perspective that I can push and I can argue with a sound and valid argument when it comes to philosophical views of an intelligible existence. I argue from intelligibility, and for anything to be intelligible, we're going to first have to have ordered update and structure and constraint. To me, that's what time and nature is. And so, yeah, that's quantum onlyism in a nutshell. It ain't too much, nothing that's robust in a nutshell, more robust in a nutshell. But perspectives mean a lot, especially if you really want answers. I really wanted answers, so I had to come up with an intelligible way to explain existence.
Let's pause the noise for a second, because if you're still here right now, you're already different. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone understands real debate, real scholarship, real intellectual smoke. But you do. This is Coliseum of Arguments. This is Titans Debate League. And what happens here doesn't survive on algorithms. It survives on the people who believe in it. When you support through Cash App, you're not just donating. You're fueling the arena. You're the reason we can bring in high-level guests. You're the reason we keep unbiased judges. You're the reason these debates stay sharp, fair, and uncompromised. This platform is built by thinkers, sustained by supporters, protected by the ones who know value when they see it. If this show has ever sharpened your mind, has ever entertained you, or has ever challenged what you thought you knew, then Cash App is how you say, keep this going. Not everyone contributes, but the ones who do, they're part of what makes this real. Coliseum of Arguments, Titans Debate League, powered by the people who get it.
My heart is bleeding in a pool of blood, I'm drowning. Yeah, my heart is bleeding in a pool of blood, I'm drowning. I look in the mirror now.
Shout out Titans Debate League. Shout out A1, leader of the team Titans. Shout out Titans. Shout out Emmanuel. Shout out Jay Snake. Jay Snake left. Shout out all my people in the chat. If you can support, that's what that last view was. We love support for the information we give. And we need platforms where different people can get their different perspectives out. I know it's a lot of different platforms out there doing their thing, shout out, but I don't believe any of them is doing it like Titans Debate League. We up and coming, and we coming to the end of debate season 1.0. We have 2 finalists. I'm going to play this for y'all again because
Clash of the Titans 1.0. The finals are here. It all comes down to this. Out of 16 debaters, only 2 remain standing. Some fell because they couldn't defend their arguments. Some crashed out because their antics outweighed their intellect. Others simply weren't built for the pressure of the arena. But now, the smoke is cleared. The finals face off. Pandemis the African atheist versus Suave Boss. Before the final war of words, they meet face to face to choose the topic that will define the championship debate. $500 on the line. 1 winner, 1 name etched in Clash of the Titans history. Who has the sharper mind? Who can survive the pressure? Who will rise when the lights are brightest? This is bigger than debate. This is legacy. And for everyone who lost along the way, your chance at redemption comes when Tournament 1.2 launches. But right now, this moment belongs to the finalists. Clash of the Titans 1.0, the face-off. Saturday, May 23rd, prime time. Be there to witness history. Are you not entertained?
And I suggest all y'all get in there. I'm telling you, that's going to be a wonderful debate. Pandemis, the African atheist, Suave Boss. I debated Suave Boss. You can go back and watch that on Titans Debate League live, especially if you're a member. It's live videos that you can go watch. It's going to be a wonderful debate. Face-offs are even better than the debates. No, I take that back. They're almost just as good, though. So want to make sure that you tune in and you get the end of that because it's going to be a wonderful thing. Again, next week on Know the Ledge, we'll be talking about, are mathematical laws discovered or are they created by consciousness? I want all y'all to go ahead and take that title down, and while you're going through your week, think about this question. When you're doing mathematics, ladies, when you're cooking and using measurements and things, ask yourself, did we discover those, or are they created by our consciousness? Did we just create those? And that's what we'll be talking about next week. So make sure to tune in. I want to give a shout out again to Jay Snake. Shout out to Emmanuel. Shout out to Titans Debate League, all the Titans. My man A1. It's good to kick it with y'all on Mondays. I hope y'all Monday was great. And we moved on into Tuesday. So we're going to go ahead and
Go hard or go home when you in this game. Always use your blanket when you switching lanes. Grinding work at 9 to 5 to ease the pain. Chill to turn umbrella when your bills rain. Go hard till you feel it. Get a job, open up a business. Haters gon' watch when you kill shh. Every murder case got a witness. Whole block going through the blues. Coming from the bottom, then you feel it. Being broke, leave a hole in your soul. Put your fists in the air, black folk, if you feel me. See, I came from the bottom, no lights, no gas. You can get robbed, no pipe, no mask. Throw a tea party, don't invite your ass. Now your belly got tissue to wipe your ass. It ain't no love from the government. Every president been on some sucker shit. Young niggas busting shit, no, I'm not loving it. This is the option they stuck me with. Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm Hey, it ain't no love for your brother. It ain't no love for your sister. It ain't no love for no junkie. It ain't no love for the pusher. It ain't no love for the honest. It ain't no love for the real. It ain't no love for the loyal. Looking for love, get you killed. Filthy is what you gotta get. You gotta get dirty if you're trying to get rich. It's back to the mud, cause you gotta show love to all of the ones who will never see this. To all the little kids with no Christmas list. No TV, no bed, and no food on they dish. No father around, now they malnourished. That hindering aid coming from the government. You gotta get filthy. Fuck a job, open up a business. Haters gon' watch when you kill shit. Every murder case got a witness. Whole block going through the blues. Coming from the bottom, do you feel it? Cause being broke leave a hole in your soul. Put your fists in the air, black folk, if you feel me. I say I came from the bottom, no lights, no gas. You can get robbed, no pipe, no mask. Throw a tea party, don't invite your ass. Now your belly got tissue to wipe your ass. It ain't no love from the government. Every president been on some sucker shit. Young niggas busting shit, no, I'm not loving it. This is the option they stuck me with. Grind hard till I'm filthy, 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 rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filthy, 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 rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filthy, 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 rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filthy, 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 rich, you feel me? It ain't no love for your brother. It ain't no love for your sister. It ain't no love for no junkie. It ain't no love for the pusher. It ain't no love for the honest. It ain't no love for the real. It ain't no love for the loyal. Looking for love, get you killed. Filthy is what you gotta get.
Again, this is Jermaine Nugent. I want to thank y'all for joining in. Titans Debate League, Know the Ledge. Tune in next week. We got a good one for you. Make sure that we stay true to ourselves. Make sure we know what we're getting ourselves into, and take your time to get your nature right. That's what it's all about. And so I might come back on later. The channel, I believe, is going to be some replays. So make sure you tune in. We're going to end the stream now. Again, thanks everybody for coming in the chat. Thanks, Emmanuel. Thanks, Jay Snake, for popping up and giving us some views. And perspectives are everything.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all make sure y'all join in. And thanks again. We out from the ledge.
Let's be real for a second. Some of you claim you're the best debaters in the game, but every week you're still arguing for free. You study, you prepare, you show up, you give them viral moments, and the platform gets paid, not you. That's not competition, that's exploitation. Some leagues built their entire reputation off the backs of debaters they never intended to compensate. Clips, views, donations, super chats, and the people creating the content still walking away with nothing. Over here, we don't play that game. We are one of the only debate leagues actually paying debaters, reinvesting back into the community. Because if your arguments generate value, you deserve value. So here's the reality check. If you're really the monster you claim to be, if your research is really as sharp as you say, if you really think you could dominate any room, then prove it. And here's where the stakes are real. Warriors don't fight exhibitions forever. They fight where the prize is. So you have a choice. Stay comfortable debating for exposure, building someone else's empire, or come step into the arena where serious debaters get respect and paid. This isn't charity. This is combat.